Alright, brand new Splatoon trailer. More gameplay than an actual trailer, but still nice, because we have a release date, September 9th, 2022. Pretty good, not too far away. And originally, I was going to make an in-depth analysis of the brand new footage, but I decided to maybe focus on one thing instead, as you may probably know by the title. But I'm still going to go through the video and talk about the major highlights. So let's quickly speedrun through this, and let's get started with name tags. Very cool, I like them a lot. How much customization will we have? Who knows? 2-word descriptions and probably milestone unlockables. Mano wardrobe, probably the brand new clothes shop. I do hope a jellyfish is still running that. Numbers, what do they mean? I don't know. Probably custom numbers like in Pokemon Sword and Shield, so expect a lot of 0420s or 6969s. Spawning with invincibility, spawn camping is no more, hopefully. UI, fancy. Brand new sub similar to point sensor, but instead it's a tracking dart. Connects 2 players with this ink sensor thing. Roller still has curling bomb, but also has the ink dome shield. Interesting kit. New special, the ink vac. It goes suck, and then kaboom. Tri-Stinger gameplay, similar to a charger, shoots 3 spurts of ink instead of 1, and when fully charged, also shoots 3 darts that explode over time. Squid Ninja. Crab Tank, let's go, woo! A better look to how this special sort of works. Trying Strike. It's so cool, like the Ink Strike, but 3. Inkroll probably has iframes due to this sound. Octoling Souls have yellow eyes? But finally, the match ends. There's a brand new medal system which makes me believe even more that we may get our own little player cards to showcase our achievements, our rank, our descriptions, etc, etc. But let's get back to the scoreboard. Here we have Judd, who's looking very fluffy, not gonna lie. He looks very adorable. Look at those hair textures. They're much nicer than previous games. And to the right, we have Lil Judd, who's looking a little sandy, messy, dirty. I mean, clearly there's a difference to his fur coat. He could probably just be a cat who's growing up and his fur coat is changing. But Lil Judd's new appearance is probably due to the harsh weather of the Splatsland, considering it is a pretty dry, arid desert filled with sand, and maybe he's also a little unhygienic and hasn't had the time to really cleanse himself. That could easily be the explanation to why Lil Judd's fur seems to be a little bit sandy, but hear me out. I know it may not be the same exact fur color, but what if this is a little bit more proof to show that Lil Judd is responsible for the fuzzy ink? I have talked about this before in a very serious previous video. Here it is. You should definitely check it out right now. Go click on it right there. It's on the eye. It's in the description. Go watch it, and I'll wait here. Hey, thanks for that. Now that you've done that and clearly 100% watched the entire video, I appreciate that. I am now going to recap the little mini Judd theory that I talked about. So, I clearly just fooled you into watching a whole video. Just kidding, I'm joking. If you watched it, appreciate it. If you haven't, that's fine. That's why I'm going to recap it. But, this is what I said. What if Lil Judd is the unaware bad guy in Splatoon 3? And by that, I mean he is the creator of the fuzzy ink. How did he do that? Well, you see, let's say a scenario. Lil Judd gets a little bit of ink on his fur. What do cats do when they're dirty? They lick it. Once that ink travels into his system, it mixes in his body with a bunch of weird chemistry and such. And what comes after is a pulsating inky hairball that Lil Judd spits out. And bada bing bada boom, we have ourselves the fuzzy ink created by yours truly, Lil Judd, patent pending. But I feel like that may not be the case anymore, sadly. I know, it would have been crazy if that actually happened. But it does seem a little contradicting due to airborne microbes that may also be able to travel into Lil Judd and dissipate any kind of ink he may have licked. But hey, who knows, maybe when it's fused, it doesn't disappear, considering giant blobs of it can be seen in Alterna. But then we also have to consider that maybe Lil Judd can't clean himself, which is why he's a little messy, so if he were to get ink on him, why would he clean it? So that may not be the case, but now I propose a new foolproof Lil Judd theory. Scenario A. What if due to letting his fur getting into such a messy condition, on a faithful leisurely stroll, Lil Judd stumbles onto a finished turf war match? The ink is in the process of disappearing due to the airborne microbes, but before it's completely gone, Lil Judd sheds. Because, you know, that's what cats do. He also seems to be a fuzzy cat, and they usually tend to sometimes shed in larger clumps, not huge giant mounds of it, but smaller little bunches. So let's say a little bit of his fur gets onto the ink, and right there and then it starts to fuse. And due to the process of fusing, it's no longer affected by the airborne microbes, and it starts to fuse with other ink around the area. Then every time Lil Judd goes on a stroll near any ink, he continues to shed even more, and he just continues to cause chaos every time he steps. Or Scenario B. Some cats love to roll around and mark their territory, so Lil Judd is no stranger to this. And on a fateful day in the Scorch Gorge, he stumbles upon a part of the stage he really likes. So what does he do? He rolls around in the dirt and marks his territory. But, shocking, surprisingly enough, there's a little bit of ink in the area that he rolls around in as well. And due to being an unclean cat, he doesn't do anything about it. The ink kind of just fuses with the dirt, grime, and fur and turns into the fuzzy ink, only to then fall off of him and cause more chaos. And there we go, the foolproof reason to why Lil Judd created the fuzzy ink. Okay, so maybe it isn't entirely foolproof, but you kind of get a gist of an idea. Regardless, I do feel as if Lil Judd is going to have some kind of connection with the story, and I wish I could remember what I was currently trying to think of. I wish I wrote it down, but something I do want to mention though, if he's somewhat involved with the story at all, and seeing that he's in a state of messy, dirty fur, what if the NEWEST Splatoon come to a decision to help Lil Judd? If he's any way affected by the fuzzy ink, or if it's just to clean him up, what if they do that by giving him a bath? So what are the chances we'll get to see an official wet rat model of Lil Judd? Or even, hear me out, what if the bath isn't enough and they have to take drastic measures and shave him, making Lil Judd look like this? Here's my professional rendition of what a shaved Lil Judd would look like. Yes, I know, it sure is something. I know Lil Judd just may be a little messy, a little dirty, but I have a feeling that this model won't be the one we will always see during the scoreboard. I'm sure he's probably going to have to get cleaned up sometime sooner or later, but who knows? And there's just so much more between these two and dark secrets to Lil Judd. He looks a little sus having a little similar fur color to the fuzz ink, don't you think? Yeah, I know, it may just be dirt, sand, grime, dirty dud, but I'm keeping a watchful eye on you. I know you want to backstop Judd. Oh yeah, one more thing, the Japanese Splatoon 3 website updated and it looks pretty sick, not gonna lie. There's a few more clear images of previously seen images showing that the Judds may have a larger role to play in the story. I kind of forgot about that until now, and I'm still trying to inspect the source of the website to get the images, so there's that. Because that's all I really have to say. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and hey, why not do all that statistically proven stuff to help? So go like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever we upload more videos. Oh yeah, and I think I remember what I was going to say. I think I was going to bring up, for those who say that, you know, how would the fuzzy ink be brown if Lil Judd has black and white hair? Well, that's because maybe some of his black fur, not hair, same difference, some of the black fur mixed with ink. And I'm not sure if you know this, but if you combine every single color, it turns into brown. So bada bing, bada boom. There you go. That's the reason why fuzzy ink is brown. Why it's any other color, I don't know. That's probably because it's ink colors somewhat. Not sure. But anyways, with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Remember to do everything that I said and keep a watchful eye on Judd. Goodbye.